I want to talk to you about prayer this week. Somebody once said that a family without prayer is like a house without a roof, exposed to every wind that blows and every storm that rages. I think this is so true, and I wonder if you perhaps need to begin praying more consistently. Christians, by definition, are people of prayer. Jesus is our main example here, how he prayed. Luke 4 begins with Jesus going out into the desert to fast and pray, preparing for his ministry. Later in the same chapter, people have spent all day swarming around Jesus looking for healing, and we read that Jesus went out to a solitary place. There's no doubt that his quiet time alone was spent in prayer, because we see this soon again in Luke 6 verse 12. Jesus goes out to a mountainside to pray and spent the night praying to God. And then in the morning he chooses his 12 disciples. Luke 9 verse 29 sees Jesus praying in private. And in Luke 11, we read, one day Jesus was praying in a certain place. When he finished, one of his disciples said to him, Lord, teach us to pray. He even spoke about how he prayed for others. I have prayed for you, Simon, that your faith may not fail, he said in Luke 22, verse 32. And later in the Garden of Gethsemane, on the night of his arrest, we read how he withdrew about a stone's throw beyond them, knelt down, and prayed. The bottom line is that Jesus was a person of prayer. In all situations, he prayed, and the disciples followed suit. The book of Acts records that just as Jesus prayed, the disciples now prayed. They all joined together constantly in prayer, Acts 1 verse 14. And the famous verse describing the early church in Acts 2 verse 42 says, they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread, and to prayer. I could go on through each of Paul's letters, Peter's letters, and the other writers and show you more of this stuff, but I think you get the point. The people of Jesus follow his example by being devoted to prayer. It's expected. Let me ask us a burning question today. Are we people who others expect to pray? Or would prayer coming from our mouths be strange to the people who know us? Sadly, many of us shy away from prayer. Maybe we just don't know where to start. Maybe we're embarrassed. Maybe we hear the professionals, the people who do it in church, and feel as if we don't match up. And so we don't pray out loud ever because we feel we'd be inferior. I think we should be praying so much that it is just natural to us. I think our homes should be so filled with prayer that for us to stop and pray together about something shouldn't be weird, but normal. I think we, the people of Jesus, should be so prayerful that we don't mind praying with other people around in public places out loud. Prayer is expected, not just of the clergy, but of every child of God. Be a person of prayer. If you're a follower of Jesus, prayer must be at the center of your life.